Many, of course, are missing the parades and the revelry and celebrations that happen in the streets of Mobile. And a lot of businesses have been hit hard by the cancellations due to the pandemic as well, some more obvious than others. Nicolette Schleisman tonight checks in with the porta potty industry and how canceled Mardi Gras is impacting its bottom line.
During a normal year in downtown Mobile, the streets would be lined with barricades, parade floats, beads, people, and portable toilets, something you don't often think about.
Until they need it.
This year, the streets are bare.
It's going to look like mostly like a zero because there are a couple of the organizations are going to do small things just for the members only, you know, at their facilities. But you know, you're going from taking probably 100 toilets out to taking 8.
Joe Fazenmeyer owns Gotta Go Portables. He says the lack of events has somewhat slowed his business.
Everything shut down in the spring of last year. The spring is one of the biggest times for special events, for concerts and weddings and things of that nature. That probably cost us about $20,000 right off the bat.
He says some of the events he covered have slimmed down their requests to accommodate social distancing guidelines.
Well, I'll give you an example here at South Alabama. Originally, they were talking about putting 40 or 50 toilets out for the tailgaters and for the football season. We ended up doing 8.
But there have been other aspects of his business that have kept them afloat.
It's amazing how construction has stayed up, and so have been, you know, continuing to put out toilets and service those for that.
Fazenmeyer says he's staying positive about this year.
As long as people keep building and you know, hopefully people will stay optimistic about what the future brings.
In Mobile, Nicolette Schleisman, WKRG News 5.
After decades of research, some exciting news as a massive discovery of a new whale species has been found in the Gulf of Mexico. Caroline Carruthers with the story.
Since the 1960s, researchers have noticed subtle differences between the Brutus whales that live in the Gulf of Mexico compared with those that live elsewhere. Recently, it was discovered that the Brutus whales that live in the Gulf are actually a whole different and new species of whale, now called the Rice's whale.
A little bit different from a kind of a standard what we thought a Brutus whale was, and that had to do with skull morphology, so kind of the anatomy of the skull, and then these different feeding behaviors.
The Brutus whale is known to eat mainly at the surface of the water, while the new Rice's whale dives deep to find food.
It grows to be about 55 feet, potentially up to 30 tons, so they're huge, as you can imagine. And just like other baleen whales, they filter feed. They actually have plates called baleen that they filter feed through.
There were a couple of strandings that allowed scientists to study these whales, but the breakthrough was a 2019 stranding in Florida.
They were able to get a lot of different samples, and that really was the one single animal and the one single stranding that, you know, kind of led them down this path to be able to publish this new study.
Unfortunately, the Rice's whale is severely endangered. Scientists estimate around 33 of these whales are left on the planet.
Almost overnight, there's this new critically endangered species literally in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico.
Back in 2016, 2 fishermen found a lower jawbone of a whale and brought it to the Dauphin Island Sea Lab. Now researchers there are doing some genetic testing, and they believe it could belong to the new species. On Dauphin Island, Caroline Carruthers, WKRG News 5.
Now.